We're now working on page 77, and we're going to we have to fill in part 2. The verbs in blue in exercise 1 are in the past perfect. We are going to complete the explanation and examples. We're going to use exercise 1 to help us to complete this. Okay, so here in the second part, what we did was complete the explanations with taking the examples from the text. We use the past perfect to talk about an action that happened before another action. He had just started playing, okay, when I arrived. Use the simple past to talk about an action that happened after another action. He had just started playing when I arrived. This is in simple past. In affirmative and negative form with had or hadn't. And we use the past perfect with had or hadn't and the past participle. The form of contraction of a had is apostrophe and D. So I, we'd, they'd, okay, you will see with apostrophe D. He'd already left. And questions, then we have now in questions and short answers, use had plus past participle in questions. Use had or hadn't in short answers. Had he won, notice that we start the sentence with had. Had he won anything? No, he hadn't. That's the use of it. Now we're going to continue with exercise, the practice 3. We're going to complete it in this exercise with past participle. So he had, we have to use had, then just, and we have to write, we have the verb buy, we have to write it in past participle. Had just bought, because the past is bought and the past participle is bought. Those you have it in the back of the book. Had just bought he had just bought. He was excited let me just eliminate something. Okay. He was excited about showing it to her because he was sure she hadn't, okay, she hadn't used one before. She hadn't used one before. He was surprised when he found out that she, again, let's see if we can work it out. What am I going to put here? Is past participle again.
Had already.
Had already. And the verb get would be she had already gotten, okay? The past participle of got is gotten. So past would be got, past participle is gotten. She had already gotten one. Okay. By. So she, again, the past perfect would be had. bought. Okay, she had bought one of the new pocket phones in the nearest big city. What's your number? She asked when she got out of his phone. When he got out his phone, I'll add you to my contact list. So this is the use of past perfect in each one of the situations. Okay, finish copying it. So we're going to complete this exercise. Choose the correct options to complete the conversation. This happened a couple of years ago. I was going home on the bus and I fell asleep or I'd fallen asleep. We're talking about past perfect. Okay.
Feel.
I fell asleep. Okay, we're talking about past perfect. Entonces vamos a hablar del pasado perfecto. I'd fallen asleep. Okay. Caso entonces vamos a usar I'd fallen asleep. Where did you or where had you been? Where did you go or where had you been? Okay, so where had you been? Because we're talking about something that past perfect. To a friend's house, but I stayed the night before. I stayed up the night before to study for a test, or I stood or I stayed up the night before to study for a test. So remember here we have a long sentence and in one part we're going to have it in present perfect and the other part is in past perfect, in simple present, in simple past. Sorry. So, to a friend's house, but I'd stayed up the night before to study for a test. So I was really tired. Okay. I was really tired because this part comes after an action. Anyway, when I woke up or I'd woken up, I saw that, so when, remember after when comes when I, that would be past, when I woke up. I saw that, there it is, I saw, because something happened, I'd missed it's an action that happened before another action. I'd missed my stop. We were almost at the end of the line. So, what did you do or what had you done? What did you do? I got off at the next stop, but the last bus in the other direction already went or had already gone. So I got off to the next stop, but what happened? There's an action that happened before. So we're talking about an action that happened before another action had already gone. So I had to walk home. It took me 2 hours. Okay, so that would be how you fill out this exercise. Okay, so we're filling in the conversation on page 79, the use of a library. I filled out the form. Do I? So anything else? Do I have to do anything else? Anything else? Let me take a quick look. No, that's all seem fine. So can I leave now or can I use it now? I'm afraid the computers are all busy. I'll put your name on the wait list. And there we finish the conversation. Ya se va a cortar. So there we finish. I'll see you next week.